What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre, the tour reviews and reviews. Back in here with one more video. Guys, you already know what time it is. You're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video. You know it's time to get active. Shout out to the It's Complicated channel. I just see that the young brother uploaded a recent video entitled Simpin' Ain't Easy. Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women. It's complicated. I'll leave a link to the content creator as well as the channel down in the description box down below. I have not seen this video yet, so let's get active. Without further ado.
Why do so many women today say they don't need a man?
Because we're independent as hell.
If a man has friends, doesn't want kids, hires a maid and hires a prostitute, why would a man need a woman?
What? Shit. He could learn.
Yo, I didn't think I was gonna pause at this early. What's hilarious about this is that the homegirl, who looks like she's Googling pictures of Kanye West or something like that in the background, it's like, damn good question as well. I didn't expect these lines of lawyer-like questions to come from you, sir. Let's keep going.
One or two things from a woman.
Like what?
Love. Yeah, love.
Okay.
Buy that too.
Do you think that men are incapable of love without a woman teaching them?
No.
Why do women think they're the ones who should define love and emotions?
Uh-oh.
Because we're more passionate, right?
No.
Yeah. We're more passionate.
Where's
No.
the evidence of that?
We birth.
Okay. All right. Is giving birth
The evidence of being more passionate is that you give birth? Holy moly. Can't make this shit up.
more of a privilege or burden for women?
It's a matter of perspective. If they look at it as like now they've got to be accountable for their responsibility, then I can see that they see it as a burden. If they look at it as a gift of being able to bear the fruit and stuff and something and an accountability to better themselves, then I can see it as a gift.
Is providing for a family more of a privilege or burden for men?
With society, it can be both. You know, if you're well-to-do and you're set well or whatever, you got a lot of security, family, people to help you out, then it could be a gift. But if you're doing it for yourself and you don't have all the tools and things that you need, then it could be a burden.
How likely are men to leave if their wife can't bear children?
I mean, if they're in it for the children, then that's a lust of results, so they're going to follow that lust. And if they can't get it from them, they'll go find it somewhere else.
How likely are women to stay if their man can't provide?
Questions are...
Like she said, not likely.
So can we conclude?
I don't even think that he gets what just happened. These are 200 level. These are 200 level IQ type questions. Okay, because he set up the premise. Okay, he set up the premise of what does it mean to be able to provide for a family. Okay, then he took the opposite stance to say, well, how likely is it if a man comes across a woman who is unable to fulfill a duty, an obligation, according to the man, of having a child? How likely is it that the man will leave? It seems the answer was very slim. But if you flip that, okay, and you said, how likely is a woman to stay if the man cannot provide? Not likely. Okay, there could be some argument there as to whether a woman's ability to give birth is on the same level as a man's ability to provide for a family. I can get you there for a component of an argument. But I think, nevertheless, it's a fantastic question. Okay, because it seems awfully uneven. All right, let's see his answer.
Conclude that providing is more of a burden for men because women are less likely to stay.
Yeah, with the train of what we just said, yeah.
Don't marriage vows say for richer, for poorer, and for sickness and in health?
Yeah, but it doesn't mention food stamp cards.
What is the definition of a simp?
Let me look for one. Hold on. Nah, I don't know. Look here, a simp.
What the fuck is a simp?
It's like a doormat, a man who's like a yes man who will do anything for a woman and basically like will sacrifice his own dignity and stuff.
Oh, that's not attractive.
Vegas.
A simp is when you do anything for the person you're dating.
Okay, what's the difference between a simp and a pimp?
A pimp plays the person that he's with, a simp doesn't.
If you a simp, you basically like a weakling or somebody that's gonna get taken advantage of by a female or you have like female tendencies.
Why do men shame each other for being simps if most men were raised to be that way?
Oh shit.
I ain't no simp, homie.
You got simp, and then you got beta, and then you got alpha. I'm over here, alpha. And all I can tell you is, alpha males, we get it. But simps, definition of a simp, bro, you gotta get yourself together, bro. You really gotta control the situation. You are the man. You are the man. You the head of the household. Even Uncle Sam, when you go file your taxes, what do Uncle Sam say on the paper? Head of household. Are you filling it out? If you're filling it out, you don't be a simp no more.
I think what it is like.
Guys, please stop calling yourself alpha. Please. Please, for the love of God. Please, stop. 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 Alpha is something that is understood. It's not something that you label yourself. Okay.
It's usually like an ad hominem, abusive, ad hominem circumstantial term that we throw around each other to play the dick swinging contest.
What's the difference between being a simp and being romantic?
If you romantic and you balling, then you're not a simp. But if you're romantic and you're not balling, you a simp.
A simp is someone who doesn't necessarily care. They're not doing it out of their own intentions. Romantic is like doing it out of your own intentions because you want to.
Yeah, they definitely care for the girl.
You ever heard of the group Boys to Men?
Yes.
They were raised by their moms. Their dads just were there. If you got a dad, I got a dad. Some people don't. But I'm saying, Boys to Men, they was raised by their mom. So to me, it's almost like that bringing up, you know. That's why men they become simps. They're simps. You're a simp, basically. You a simp from age baby up until teenage, until you get puberty. Puberty is gonna take you out of simp mode. You should know when stuff start growing and doing some stuff down there, like you should get out of simp mode, reluctantly, and then by the time you turn 18, you legal. Now it's man up, man up. Man up, bro.
It's so hilarious when you have like these terms that probably derive itself from the internet, and it probably is on Urban Dictionary with a whole bunch of different definitions from a whole bunch of different people. How everyone interprets a word based off how they feel about the word. And it seems like he establishes simp with masculinity, right? Like it just seems like that. Like he's totally is caught up with if you're a simp, then you're a child. Everyone has to be a simp when they're a child. No, that's not what I think a simp is. Okay. Simp is uneven distribution of power in a relationship. You put up on a pedestal without much in return. Okay. That's what I think. You can be an old ass simp. You could be an old simp. You could be a simp to the day that you die. There's some people that die happy simps, but they got taken advantage of through the majority of their life. Let's keep going.
Why is teasing an animal considered cruel, but it's not considered cruel to tease a man?
Oh.
I think it is cruel.
It is. It is. Unfortunately, people just don't recognize that nowadays, but hopefully soon.
We have balls. Our balls are our word. Our balls got all of us here. You, me. I'm holding some kids in my balls right now. I don't know how many, but, Jesus, no. But I ain't trying to have no more right now. But you should not tease a man because his balls they not gonna turn blue, but I don't know why they feel blue, but like a Coors Light, like when you get a cold one, like it turns blue, you don't want to treat your man like that because his balls do that.
What? This guy right here, this is also the reason why I think the manosphere, the sector of YouTube that talks to dudes from dudes' perspective, and usually the content creators, they have good information to share, usually bubble up to the top. That's why that it's so important. Because I feel like everyone's got an uncle like my brother right over here who just says shit, who just says shit. And then you know, like if you raised in a single parent household and this is your only representation of a dude, like no disrespect to him, but he's saying just a lot of things from his own learned experience. You could tell he doesn't visit this portion of the internet. He's just making shit up as he goes along. And it could sound particularly good to a young, impressionable young boy. It could. It absolutely could. But this is the reason why I think that the natural order that exists from a content creator's perspective, the ones that don't get a lot of views, and it's not to say that they're not valuable, but I think that the viewers, okay, the numbers will show, right? The numbers show the outcomes and or the results, okay? So you still might be growing and people are getting attached to your brand, keep on doing your thing. But at the same time, I think this is a representation of the barbershop talk that can go completely awry, and then young men grow up with a incorrect assessment of the world around them. Okay.
You don't want to treat your man like that because his balls do that.
Would you consider wearing a slutty outfit teasing a man?
Yeah, I guess so.
If a woman has lots of sexy photos on her dating profile and no bio, should she be surprised if guys are only contacting her for hookups?
No.
I mean, sadly, no, she shouldn't be surprised.
Why not?
Because that's just how some men are.
Okay. Can she be judged the same way if she's out in public wearing a slutty outfit?
She will be judged, yeah, but she shouldn't be.
Can she be judged the same way if she's out in public wearing a slutty outfit?
Of course. You out in public wearing a slutty outfit? How am I going to approach it? If you were out in public wearing a slutty outfit, my approach is going to be way different. I'm going to approach you like, I'm trying to get it. You know, I'm trying to get it because that's what you give it.
Yes.
But if you more conservative and your skirt go down your knees or close to it, or
approach.
you know, it's actually nice looking and you're not slutty with it, honestly, I might ask you what your name is.
What is the difference?
He's super entertaining, but he's right. Modestly dressed women will attract modest men or modest approaches, generally, en masse. Not all. Okay? Harlot wear will, right, wearing your scarlet letter will address more aggressive approaches. That's just the reality that we live in.
Between the type of woman men want to sleep with and the type men want relationships with.
Sexuality. Definitely sexuality. If a man finds a girl sexy, he'll sleep with her. But if he wants to actually have a relationship, they have to have the personality and the sexuality.
It's not just what you wear, it's how you act.
I feel like women want relationships with completely different men than men they want to sleep with. It's just totally different.
Why do so many women today say they don't need a man?
Probably because they're ugly.
If a man has friends, doesn't want kids, hires a maid and hires a prostitute, why would a man need a woman?
Is the maid and the prostitute the same person?
Could be.
Then he's got a maid.
Does the fact that ladies' nights exist prove that if you control the women, you also control the men?
Perfect question,
That's a good
bro.
question.
Like the advertisement. If you control the women, did you hear what he said? If you control the women, you control the men and you control the money. So to me, it's almost like they're using women as pawns to bring the men out, and men would spend anything for these women. Think about it. Everything that we do, it involves a woman. Anytime that guy is talking about money or eating or even things like this, people who go to jail, mostly, I'm gonna put it like this, 60% of men are in jail because of women. And it's not their fault. It's just manhood. I don't know what it is, women, but whatever you got, you better, y'all better cherish it, because I'm not gonna lie, it's powerful.
How much of our economy is driven by men buying things to please and impress women?
Too much.
Ask TikTok, ask Instagram, ask Facebook, ask Playboy and Hustler. Ask you're in Vegas, so the whole economy is about they let the women in for free in the club, hoping the men will come and they'll buy the drinks. That way they can get their drink tabs and make money off the drinks and stuff. and then hopefully they impress the woman enough that they'll go take them out to eat. So I would say it's like a setup.
So would you agree?
You know what's so crazy? I really wish, and maybe I'll look it up one of these days. I really wish there was some type of index to judge how much of our economy, like our GDP, is based off of dudes doing things or trying to impress women. Like how many of those purchases, right? Like you got to think about like car purchases. You know what I'm saying? How many dudes buy cars because they want to impress women, right? They want to roll up and have a woman's viscous innards get supple because they see that he's driving something formidable, right? Like how much of our decisions for like dates and where we choose to go, like different restaurants that pop up in cities, right? Like, you know, as he talked about, your bar tab at clubs and this, that, and the third, like getting the bottles in the section. You don't want to be in a section of just a whole bunch of dudes turn into a goddamn sword fight. You don't want that shit to happen. You understand what I'm saying? But I really wish there was some type of metric to understand that. The majority of products marketed towards men is to help impress women. That's so incredible if you think about it, right? From a woman's perspective, you know, they got a lot of things in there that's dedicated towards attracting men. There is a lot as well, but just try to think about products that are made for men that are strictly for men, for the improvement of men's lives. It'd be far less than women. Shit, look at our media. Look at our media, which seems to be very self-serving to women, women's issues, women's rights. I mean, shit, if you ask the average person on the streets, you know, name me some male issues, you'd get a far less knowledgeable answer as if you ask random people on the streets for women's issues. And that's just a fact. All right, let's just keep going.
Most consumer spending is geared towards women.
It's geared towards sex.
Okay. Would you also agree that the media pushes a campaign of fear and consumption by exploiting men's need for female validation?
Yeah, in the end of the day, let's say the establishment recognizes the fact that people need to have sex and reproduce. So they put them in fear of, if you don't eat here, you're not going to live. If you don't buy this, you're not going to live. If you don't attract this type of woman, then you're not going to get in her pants, and therefore you're not going to have children.
So why is there so much talk about the exploitation of women, but we never talk about this exploitation of men?
Because by focusing on the exploitation of women is putting the women in a sense of victimology. So when the men come around, they don't want to be portrayed as the victim or the aggressor or the predator and stuff. So it makes them more inclined and more prompted to act in a way that'll be catering to the woman's victimology. That's society's promoting.
Is it possible to have equality without equal accountability?
Equality without equal accountability.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Now this is a longer question. Let me get to the whole thing. Is it fair for a woman to blame society for the consequences of her own personal choices, like having a baby or choosing a career that over-sexualizes her body?
Terrible form back there. Listen, if I ever have children, that's the first thing I'm gonna do what my pops did to me, and I'm gonna put him in the martial arts classes so he can learn how to box. Look at this shitty form. I mean, I guess technically it's like a Philly shell type of a boxing stance, but he's just doing it so incorrectly. All right, I have to talk about that real quick. Let's go back in.
Career that over-sexualizes her body.
No, it's not.
For the consequences of her own personal choices, like having a baby or choosing a career that over-sexualizes her body.
Absolutely not.
I think you always have a choice.
That's the problem with equality right there, is females expect too much without doing it.
Everyone has a choice all the time.
You got respect, yeah.
Oh, okay, and why is it when women are called out on their bad behavior, they often blame society or how they were raised, but when men are called out, they are more likely to be held accountable?
That's how the world is right now, unfortunately. Yeah. And it shouldn't happen.
Doesn't that prove that we don't have equal accountability?
No. Exactly, actually.
Yes. So how do we have equality without equal accountability then?
We don't. And I'm fair to that. We don't have equality. Women want equality, but we don't because they're acting like victims. We want more.
I also think there's been a huge shift where people think men have more rights, and women are trying to fight for their rights in an inequitable way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Okay.
like it.
Do you think it's true women often want equality when it's convenient, but are happy to revert to traditional roles when it's not?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Why are women more concerned with the ratio of male to female CEOs as opposed to the ratio of lower paid, dangerous, dirty jobs done mostly by men?
Oh, that's a good one. I guess because of the history, like in the world, because women used to be underpaid, so they're always going to try to argue about that.
Well, right, but I mean, women are talking about the glass ceiling, but don't they have to also acknowledge the glass cellar?
Yeah.
Could it be possibly because women only want to complain about the double standards that don't benefit them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love women.
Though it's so hilarious because you can complain about a CEO's pay, and then that most men are CEOs, and we're not going to get into how that generally happens. But you're not going to complain about the hourly bricklayer. You're not going to complain about that. But at the same junction, you don't see men complaining about the amount of money that these OnlyFans girls. Well, they'll complain about the amount of money, but they're not complaining that men are not getting that money. It just is what it is. It's just the society that we are in right now. It's a results-oriented program. The more results that you get on the platform, the more money that you're going to make. But there's not men that's like, no, we want equitable pay. She shows her butthole and she gets $100,000 a month. I show my butthole and I get $10 a month. This isn't fair. You don't see that shit happening. You don't see Ben complaining about it.
Girls, I love beautiful women or whatever. But to be honest, we do try to take the easier route. Men really do work hard. They do. They do work hard to try to get to where they're going, especially for women they love.
If women have been historically oppressed, where did the expression ladies first come from?
Woo!
Damn. These are good questions.
One last question. Why do so many women complain about being sexually objectified when the entire Vegas economy is built on sex?
Yeah, that's a great fucking one.
It's all about
Great question, sir.
Put this up there. It's all about situational awareness, and if you're in Vegas walking around in a bikini, you can't. Like, it's all where do you grow up, where are you, and what do you expect?
I think you also need to understand hormones. Hormones are a real thing. People have hormones. And if you are naked, people will feel something.
What? What was that?
I don't know what that was. Shout out to all the ladies that's in this clip and the dudes as well. I thought that was very entertaining. Just talking about that last question real quick and understanding kind of how the Vegas economy is. But the thing is, too, is that it's like that, and women will sign up for the job time and time again, but then also who's paying for it? Men are paying for it. So it's kind of like this cycle where we can't just ignore what men want, right? Or that men are the contributors to the economy, because if men didn't like that type of things, then it just wouldn't exist. Illegal or legal. We see industries that, to a degree used to be exceptionally legal when you did it on a street corner, but now it moves to a digital perspective, and then it's kind of, a blind eye is turned to it. But who is paying for these things is men at the end of the day. So, I think some accountability has to be taken for men as well that choose to partake. Like me, for example, I never understood or got strip clubs. I'll never be a strip club type of a guy, ever. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would I want to go here and look at that, right? Versus meet her and go back to my crib, right? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. So, but I choose not to partake. Guys, fantastic channel. It's complicated. We've done reactions on his stuff in the past. Fantastic questions. Keep doing your thing, brother. I see you growing over there. Guys, go over. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box down below. Go and support your boy. Go follow him. Look at his videos. I'll probably do some more in the future as he uploads them. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up. Got an Instagram as well at Mediocre tutorials and reviews. Link down in the description box down below. Y'all already know what to do up there. Last but not least, I got a Patreon where we're growing each and every day, stronger each and every day. Click on the link down in the description box down below to see all of the awesome things that we have in store for you if you want to become a part of the inner circle. There's so much valuable content. There's valuable live streams, group conversations, videos that we're sending in, all types of stuff where you can increase your value. Come up there. I'll see you soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.